they're
so.
nice shoes, actually. What are they? MX1?
Tree line. Some Nike tree line ones.
Did you wear them because we were out in the trees today?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Mate, how are you? I've not seen you in ages.
Fucking good, man.
Good.
A long since before COVID.
Since before COVID. So for those that don't know, I feel like I have to break the fourth wall and look at the camera, even though I don't know how this is chopped. This is Shane, who used to be one of, I think you were the first Gully photographer that wasn't me, right?
Yeah, I was the first.
Was it like 2000 I feel like it was 2015.
People that have like honed in their skills for years that have got a craft, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're just there like, no, I can do photography or I can do all these other bits, just
Focus on...
do what you're good at and like, so if you focus your energy on that one thing and just let other people do what they're good at. Working on.
No, it's just on that, just to keep it on that side. So, sorry, I just want to make sure. No, like...
Okay, Dad.
But like you said, I knew who you were anyway, like we knew each other for time. But that was definitely one of the eras where when you went out, especially for me, I was like, I used to go out looking for models like that, looking for anybody. It was like, felt like a natural way to look for people who you thought were already like cool. Like I think when you employ people, I like to actually see them before you like employ them. You know, if you look for somebody like on Indeed, you don't really know who they are anyway.
I remember it always kind of, there was these sort of problems with that where like you had to have this balance of friend and boss, man.
So what do you, because this is what the thing, like, what was it, so, because obviously I explain it all the time to everybody on the videos, what was it actually like being at Gully? Like, what was the sort of average age of the people? who was actually there? Like,
well, I reckon like, it was between the ages of fucking, we was like, what, 23 to 26 maybe?
Yeah, like I think it might be, I think me and you were like the older ones out of the group of everybody. I think they were all about 1 or 2 years younger than us, weren't they?
Yeah. We'd always have this like weird, this laugh going on, man. Like where there was always some weird fucking Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah, like honestly, but like it was mad because it was like, I don't know, like being like 20 something, setting up a business, deciding to bring all these people you just think it'd be cool. Imagine if you could be around people that you have a laugh with all the time and also make it work. It was a good system, man. I think you photographed Molly Knott, who's now, so for those that probably don't know either, but Molly was like one of the models, probably one of the most bolshy people I've ever met in my life.
So bold, man.
But also like she's gone on to like pursue like this like insane tattooing career. Like it's kind of mad, like
everyone's gone on to do really good shit.
I was thinking like, do you work on your strengths or do you work on your weaknesses? Or if you work on your strengths, do you like pass on your weaknesses or do you go, no, let me get better at what I'm bad at and not do what I'm good at? I think you should work on your strengths because you're already good at it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if working weaknesses well on the side or whatever, but just don't be afraid to let somebody else take control of a certain sector of it. Surely, because you end up just want to write the theme tune, sing the theme tune, man.
Write the theme. And speaking of theme tunes, actually, speaking of theme tunes, actually, so we are currently right here. So this, you probably didn't expect me to see a Ghostbusters van on a video, but we've just come to Leicester now for this little podcast video, and for somehow it's this little like Comic-Con thing. So look, check this out. Hang on, look at this. I think one thing I noticed about you is like you are one of the only people that seem to stay authentically you throughout the whole time. Like a lot of people will like put on a different mask, and I'll tell you this right now, you was like off the walls from the jump. Like you was your own version of you from the jump, and I like that unapologetic like, yeah man, I don't care. That's why I reacted to your video of the sausage the other day. Because I was just like, I sent it to Marge or I tagged her and I was like, this is exactly the Shane I remember, there's no change.
Touched on it a bit earlier, saying there was an element of being a friend there, which I did think sometimes may have got in the way, I think, because sometimes you almost got to just be a boss and go, stop f***ing around now.
Yeah.
Work needs to be done.
Yeah.
But you're going to struggle to do that because we're all mates.
How can you tell someone to speed up and then go, you still want to go for a drink afterwards?
Yeah, exactly that. Or even, you're all... you're crossing like sort of boundaries.
Crossing so many boundaries.
So many boundaries, and then all of a sudden you've got to like straight face on now. Like, this is my business. I need to pay you guys. I need to make money.
Looking at this vehicle is making me think of speed. How much do you think like speed was a prevalent thing in the job that you did at Gullygarms? I had to get speed into it.
You had to get speed into it.
Somehow I had to get speed into it.
But I think that there was a...
Did you feel like you had to punish and enslave? Did you ever
think you have that written in the office?
Yeah, no. That's to punish and enslave. But like, one thing I've not actually touched on is like, you did the photography, so that's what you came to do. So like, it was a photography. So like, what was the actual? What system did we have when that was about? Because I think it was actually...
So we'd go in and there'd just be maybe about 200, 300 items.
Yeah, there'd be a lot.
Like, just steamed ready, and I'd be in there with a model, Marcus or Molly, usually.
How did you find, like, the relationship you built with, like, shooting 2 specific models? Because you must have got close to both of them anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, I already knew Molly anyway.
Yeah.
And Marcus, met him there, and he just quickly became my best mate.
Yeah.
He was in there all day, just, you quickly run out of small talk. Yeah, so
Do you think that having that, like, do you think becoming mates like that helped be a better, like, duo when you was doing it? Because you already knew, like, this person you were shooting, like, you already knew, like, maybe there was, like, a little underlying respect, like, yeah, we know what we're doing anyway, but, like, some parts of it kind of just go a bit at times, but...
Winging it a bit, man.
I think it is really important to have, like, a system and a structure for things, but then there's one part, more of a mindful part. I just like the idea of letting people do what they want and seeing. It doesn't really work for a business goal as much. You have to have more of a structure. Did you ever feel like speed was like a pressured thing when we was doing it?
No, I mean, there was targets. There was me wanting to make sure I weren't taking the piss as well, so there's that pressure I put on myself as well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Compared to TK Maxx now, no, because we had this idea of like the model was just putting on the clothes, doing it. There was definitely a conveyor belt element to it.
Yeah.
100%, but that was just part of it, man. Just have a laugh and do it.
Definitely.
You don't feel stressed, really. What's it called when you feel like you're not actually qualified to be in the job? I was like, oh shit.
So basically, Gullygarms is all about employing people that were not employable and weren't actually perfect for the jobs. But the system, I think, see, when I employed Marge, that was probably one of the, like, more interesting decisions to make, because it was like having an older woman, like, working around loads of young people. I remember having to say to her, like, you're going to bring the average age up instantly, but, like, it's thanks to, like, the older people that create, like, a system. Like, they were the people that really wanted to sit there steaming. Like, we wanted to simplify the jobs that we do. Like, that's what I mean, like, for you and me, probably from a photography background, I just can fall into that by, I guess, the same as you. I like chatting to somebody, making them comfortable, shooting, and having fun with that. But, like, steaming, probably doing that for a couple of hours and be like, this is shit, this is so much effort. But
I did do that a few times.
yeah, you did do that. And what did you think about it? It was like,
fucking shit.
yeah, exactly. Not what I want to do, but that's what I mean with, like, the elderly people. That's like their way of, like, what we would do in the creative side, where it's like they enjoy that. We're just out and about. Honestly, this is a sort of, I kept doing this to Marge yesterday. I kept filming like this, and I was said to her, I was like, you just get used to the fact that I film like this, because I want to walk around with a camera like this all the time. But if people see you, they're like, this guy's just walking around, like, looking at a big camera, like, what's he doing?
Heavy camera's loaded like that.
Yeah, it is a heavy camera. For those that don't know, it's a good job that I've not done arms today, because it's about 2.5, 3 kilos just holding a camera.
Marge fit right in, man.
Yeah, she fit in like a glove, and it's like literally made herself at home instantly. But that was almost like an interesting decision, because it's like, shit, I'm about to employ my mum with a load of people that I like. Like, if this doesn't work out, and, like, there's going to be some real riff, I'm going to have to choose between my mates and my mum.
Yeah, man.
But
it's always got to be your mum, man. Always got to be your mum.
It's interesting.
Find new mates anyway.
Yeah. We're in Leicester. Is this where you're from as well? Actually,
Yeah,
Leicester.
Leicester.
You're from Leicester as well. I'm from here originally, and now moved to, like, Loughborough. We're just going to go and check something out randomly, but I don't even know what else. I don't even know if there's anything to ask. Do you want to ask me anything?
What would you do differently starting up your company again?
Oh my God, what would I do differently? What a question to think of. I wouldn't employ any mates. If I was to do it again, I reckon I'd actually just set out a goal, you know.
There is an element where I like kind of the structure.
Yeah.
And doing the same thing kind of just eases your mind and get through. I could do all that creative stuff outside.
Yes, yeah.
But just having that kind of uniformed approach, man.
I like it, mate. Like, I used to like listing. It's like, I mean, it's like one of them jobs where it's the same thing, copy and paste, but you just, like you say, it's actually, like, quite calming, because you can just sort of start thinking about other stuff, but you're still doing the job.
Yeah, when I'm at work, I come up with my best ideas, man.
Yeah, because you're actually a creative. So, like,
yeah.
What is your, like? What would you say your, like, more, like, media-based form is? Is it photography or video?
Photography. I do love a blend of two, but it's obviously always going to be photography. But at the moment, I like that kind of just documentary, or like lifestyle for, like, different brands. But then that documentary approach to me just means just going there with video, photography, scans of stuff, like, like objects in the thing, and just putting that all into this like mixed media format, and just like putting it out there for like brands to create their awareness of the brand and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I reckon I'd just probably think, what do I actually want out of this situation? Do I want to? How much do I value the personal life? Mate, I was working 12 years, 7 days a week, like even like going on night outs and getting all messy, still managing to like wake up and do work. It's like I got obsessed, but I didn't know what I was getting obsessed about.
Yeah.
You know, when you think like, because there was no goal, I was just like making like, just doing constant work.
Yeah.
And not, what's it? This camera is absolutely dense, man. I feel like I've just been so corporate for so long. Like creativity is what I've always liked to do. I don't think a day's gone by where I've not made some form of content. Like in some form of either some sort of like photo carousel or video reel. Like you say, it's like I even say to Marge, I can't stop having the ideas. They're just there sitting, when it's like the first time in a while to move a brand into like a personal brand. No, it does look like I'm actually reviewing this Comic-Con event and we're doing that, but I think, oh my goodness, this is actually insane. This is the thing as well. When you actually come outside for a minute, there's like other things going on in life. And I guess when I was doing a business for so long, I thought there was nothing else, Shane.
No, nothing else.
Like
Leicester's a dead place.
There's Chewbacca outside. Like, you know, there's a lot of different things we've got to think of. How's it going? You're right. Yeah, we're living in a strange town. Yeah, man. Shane, honestly, thank you so much for sitting down. I feel like a spud is appropriate. But yeah, this video is probably going to be cut with loads of other bits. It's going to feel like a bit like a Beatles music video. It's going to be just shots of me and Shane at this point, just walking in the distance with no voice, just a voiceover. So Shane, honestly, thank you so much for taking the time on a Sunday, man. And hopefully it's still recording. I have no idea.